I don't care how good you are in anything, you don't have discipline, you ain't nobody.
Right.
You're nothing without discipline, because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
All of them tell you the same thing. Discipline is everything. Discipline is the key. Without discipline, you are nothing. And they're right. But here's what none of them ever told you. How? How do you actually become disciplined? How do you make yourself do what you hate and do it like you love it, the way Tyson said? Because knowing what discipline is doesn't make you disciplined. That's like someone telling you to swim and never showing you how to move your arms. And that's exactly what this video is, the part they always skip. I'm going to show you how your brain actually works and give you 3 tricks to use it in your favor so discipline stops being something you chase and starts becoming something you just are. And stay until the end because I have a present for you, something that will be your guide through this entire process. Let's get into it. Here's something they never taught you in school. Your brain is not one thing. It's more like 2 people sharing the same head. One of them is calm, logical, plays the long game. Scientists call this the prefrontal cortex, but think of it as the part of you that knows better. The other one, emotional, impulsive, wants comfort right now. That's the limbic system, the part of you that hits snooze, that opens your phone when you should be working, that quits when things get hard. And here's the thing, these 2 are in a constant negotiation every single day. When people talk about discipline, they're talking about the first one winning. But what they don't tell you is that the second one is faster. It reacts before you even think. So trying to out-willpower it, that's a losing fight. But here's what nobody tells you. There are tricks, simple ones, rooted in psychology, things you can actually do to make the logical part of your brain win more often. Not through force, not through motivation, through understanding how the game works. Because now you're not trying to force yourself to do things. You're learning how to work with the brain you already have. And those are exactly what I'm going to walk you through right now. Have you ever sat down to do something important and just didn't? Not because you were tired, not because you didn't care, you just couldn't start. That's not a discipline problem. That's your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do. When your brain looks at a big task, it scans the effort it requires and flags it as a threat. Psychologists call this task aversion, and the moment it feels threatened, it pulls you toward comfort, your phone, the couch, anything easier. So you wait for motivation to kick in. But motivation doesn't start the engine, action does. The trick is to give your brain a task so small it can't justify avoiding it. Don't tell yourself you're going to work for 2 hours, just open the document. Don't say you're going to the gym, just put your shoes on. Psychologists call this implementation intention, and what it does is remove the threat. The brain stops resisting because there's nothing big enough to resist. And once you start, the momentum takes over. Because starting is the hardest part, not continuing. Your brain was never the enemy. It just needed a smaller door. So now you have a smaller door. You start, you show up, you do the thing. And then they stop. 3 days in, maybe a week, sometimes 2. Not because life got in the way, not because you forgot, not even because the task was too hard, but because somewhere inside the action never felt like yours. And that is the real trap. You can have the perfect system, the perfect routine, and still collapse the moment things get slightly harder. Because your brain wasn't protecting anything, it was just executing instructions it never fully believed in. See, starting is one thing, but what makes you keep going is completely different. Your brain doesn't just need a small task to start, it needs a reason to fight for it. And that reason is identity. Psychologists call this self-concept, the image your brain holds of who you are. And here's what's fascinating. Your brain will do almost anything to stay consistent with that image. It's not logic, it's loyalty. So if deep down you still see yourself as someone who always quits, your brain will find a way to quit every single time. Not because you're weak, because it's being loyal to the story it believes about you. The trick is to change the story. Not, I'm trying to be more disciplined, but I'm someone who does what they said they would do. Small shift in words, completely different signal to the brain. Every time you follow through, even on something tiny, you cast a vote for that new identity, and your brain starts protecting it like it protects everything it believes is true about you. You stop forcing yourself. You just act with discipline consistently to protect who your brain believes you are. So now you have a smaller door to start, and an identity worth protecting to keep going. But here's what nobody warns you about. You can have both of those things and still lose every single day without even realizing why. Because there's a force working against you that has nothing to do with your mindset, nothing to do with your beliefs, nothing to do with how badly you want it. Think about it. You wake up with the best intentions, you know what you need to do, you even believe you're the kind of person who does it. And then your phone is right there. The couch is closer than your desk. The fridge is easier to open than the notebook. And before your logical brain has even a chance to respond, the impulsive one already won. That's not a discipline failure. That's your brain doing exactly what it was built to do: take the path of least resistance. For thousands of years, conserving energy kept humans alive. That instinct never left. Psychologists call this choice architecture, the idea that the options around you shape your decisions before you even make them consciously. That force working against you, it's your environment, and your brain is completely at its mercy unless you design it intentionally. The trick is to make the right choice the easiest choice. Put your phone in another room. Put your journal on your pillow. Put your gym shoes by the door the night before. You're not fighting your brain anymore. You're making your brain fight for you. And when you combine that with a small enough start and an identity worth protecting, you stop needing willpower because the system around you is already pulling you in the right direction. Now, you have 3 tricks: a smaller door to start, an identity to protect, an environment that works for you. And if you apply them, they will work. But I need to tell you something honest before you leave, because there's one thing that makes all of this collapse, silently, slowly, without you even noticing: discipline without direction. See, your brain can learn to start small. It can build an identity. It can follow the path your environment creates. But if it doesn't know where it's going, it will eventually stop caring. Because discipline isn't just a habit, it's a commitment, and you can't fully commit to something you haven't clearly defined. Think about it. The most disciplined people you admire, they're not disciplined about everything. They're disciplined about one thing, the thing they can see clearly, the thing that means something to them. Without that clarity, every trick in this video becomes a short-term fix. You'll start, you'll protect the identity, you'll design the environment, and 3 months later, you'll be back at zero, wondering what went wrong. What went wrong is you never answered the most important question: what exactly am I being disciplined for? That question is what separates the people who build lasting discipline from the ones who keep starting over. And that's exactly why I built something for you. It's a free guide designed to help you get that clarity, to help you define what you actually want, build the vision behind it, and turn that vision into the foundation your discipline stands on. Because without that foundation, tricks are just tricks. But with it, everything in this video becomes a weapon. You'll find the link in the description. It's free, it's yours, and it's the next step. If you found this useful, don't forget to subscribe. More videos like this are coming. See you in the next one. Peace.